It will press the federal government a little bit more to come in here and investigate a little bit harder. What we've seen is kind of a tepid response.
Monmouth County Sheriff Sean Golden. This has led to concern about drone sightings in other states, too. California to Florida to Connecticut.
We're concerned about it, too, which is why we have the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI, my goodness, looking at this, and we're taking it seriously.
National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby says he's sure if those drones did pose national security threats or public safety risks, he's sure the president would issue the appropriate instructions to local law enforcement and even the military.
Fox's Madeline Rivera at the White House. Next hour, President Biden will meet virtually with other leaders of G7 countries. Ukraine is a topic after the U.S. provided another $500 million in military aid, followed by another Russian attack overnight targeting Ukraine's power grid. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's in Turkey for talks about Syria after opposition rebels overthrew the government. One concern, a power vacuum helping terrorists.
Our countries worked very hard and gave a lot over many years to ensure the elimination of the territorial caliphate of ISIS, to ensure that threat doesn't rear its head again.
Some wildfire evacuees are back home in Malibu, California. That 4,000-acre-plus blaze now a third contained. Now an update on a big scandal 18 years ago at Duke University when a stripper accused 3 lacrosse players of raping her. Now Crystal Mangum admits it was a lie. She made it all up, apologizing
to the 3 Duke players who later sued the university after their charges were dropped or dismissed in 2007. They each received a $20 million settlement from the school. And the prosecutor on the case, Mike Nifon, was later disbarred for lying in court and withholding DNA evidence, which ultimately absolved the young men.
Fox's Chandler Painter. Mangum was never charged with perjury, but she's now in prison for murdering a boyfriend in 2011. America's listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Some Trump cabinet nominees have been meeting with Republican senators all week, including Pete Hegseth, who also met with a Democrat. Hegseth's refusing to give in to what he calls an attempted media takedown amid sexual misconduct and other allegations.
Nominee for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth calling his meeting with Democratic Senator John Fetterman wonderful.
He's thoughtful, he's independent-minded. Defense, as I've said, is not political. National security is important to Democrats and Republicans.
The Pennsylvania lawmaker downplaying the meeting, telling reporters it's part of the process. The president-elect's nominee for FBI Director Kash Patel meeting with Republican Senator of Texas Ted Cruz.
It has been a humbling process to receive their advice during the consent and advice process, and I'm looking forward to continuing that.
The meeting a day after current FBI Director Christopher Wray announced he'll step down when the president-elect returns to office. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
While Luigi Mangione remains jailed in Pennsylvania, police keep building the murder case against him in New York City, where Mangione is accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg vowing to extradite suspected killer Luigi Mangione to New York, where prosecutors have reportedly begun to present evidence to a grand jury. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is in contact with Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro to expedite what could be a months-long process.
That's Fox's Brian Yanis. On Wall Street, stock futures are on the rise. The day after selling dropped the NASDAQ down from its record high. They really put the foot in Thursday night football last night.
This to tie the game. And Cardi's kick is right down to 101.
Joshua Cardi made 2 more field goals to kick the Los Angeles Rams past the San Francisco 49ers 12-6 on Amazon Prime Video. Neither team scored a touchdown. The Rams boost their NFL playoff chances with an 8-6 record. Now the 49ers fall to 6-8. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Governor Pritzker opened to a meeting with President-elect Donald Trump's incoming border czar to discuss his mass deportation plan. However, the governor doesn't believe Tom Homan has the legal authority to carry out the plan. He adds he's concerned the Trump administration won't follow Illinois laws that protect undocumented immigrants. Professor at the University of Illinois pioneering cancer research that could curb tumor growth, Eric Nelson is an associate professor of molecular and integrated physiology. His work focuses on a protein found in some immune cells. It says the goal of his lab to figure out ways to make the immune system attack cancer cells. A new funding opportunity to communities with no wastewater collection and treatment facilities has been announced by the EPA. Acting Director James Jennings announced the EPA making $1 million available for grants through the Unsewered Communities Planning Grant Program. It'll help small and disadvantaged communities in developing a project plan to wastewater collection and treatment needs. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, good morning, 7:06. Hey.
Got your steps in there, Stevie.
Had to run upstairs.
Get his headset there.
Yeah, 45 seconds there and back's kind of long.
He said he could beat me, Greg, and so he said he could do it faster. You know, all the CrossFit stuff. So.
And the truth really is?
Probably so. I would have had two hands on the rails.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. So, well, good morning. It is Friday. We made it. ESPN 93.5, and it's cold again.
Yes, it is.
But
what's that white stuff out there?
Yeah, you said an inch, didn't you?
Yeah, about it. Yeah, we had a little higher, a little lesser. That's what happens when you get that real fluffed up stuff. You know, It doesn't take much to get it to put a 2 or a crooked number on top of that. But it is what it is.
It's not bad, and plus I'm going to melt it, right? I'm not.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't really care.
We'll actually sublimate it today, melt it tomorrow, wash it away tomorrow through early Sunday. So there.
All right. No, that's why I didn't even shovel it, because I listened to you.
There you go. I saved you some scooping.
Oh, I know that. I said no.
I tried it in the steps, but I failed. So.
All right, our weather here on ESPN 93.5 this morning with Diane Ducey and Greg Solier. I'm Stevie J. It's brought to you by Carl.
Carl works every day to improve the health of community members across the region, and you have a supportive environment and opportunities for growth. If you're interested, visit carl.org/careers.
Here we are, halfway through December, week from Wednesday's Christmas.
Man alive. Someone hit the brake pedal, please.
Crazy.
Just get her done. Then you'll enjoy every day. Just get it done, whatever you got to do. So that's what you do.
Christmas will arrive whether you're ready or not.
That's right. All right, sir. What are you looking at here, friend?
Well, yeah, I've got a little Courier and Ives look out there this morning, and that icy crystalline stuff, it takes a little while for the treatment and the chemicals and the salt to kind of kick in, so there may be still a few residual slick spots. Yeah, generally either side of an inch. There were a couple of spots out through McLean County that I think had around or here north of 2 fluffed up, low moisture stuff. You melt this stuff away, it's a couple of hundredths of an inch of moisture in it at best. And I believe just a little north of Danville, I think at their dam site, 2.8 inches came on down, very fluffed up stuff, of which will kind of evaporate it away today and wash it away later on tonight and tomorrow. Big warm up in temperature readings coming through early next week. If you are traveling into Iowa, far western reaches of the state, there are winter weather advisories, ice storm warnings around the Cedar Rapids area. Those folks are in the single digits. They're down to 20 below in northern Wisconsin. We sit at 14 at Willard and Savoy, 9 at Rantoul, a little bit colder where some of that snow cover is a little more significant. But for the day today, partly sunny, a little better on temperatures, up around 30. Light east wind, that'll be a late afternoon, early evening high. And not so cold tonight, down to about 24. Temps may rise a bit late, then breezy, not so cold. Rain. He says rain by tomorrow afternoon with a high at 44 and a gusty southeast wind. Rainy tomorrow night, lows down to about 42. Little rain and drizzle on Sunday morning, but there may be some afternoon sun. If you haven't got the holiday decorations out, get them out Sunday and Monday. Highs up to 52 on Sunday. Showers, though, Monday at 56, and we'll cool back into the lower 40s Tuesday. Another rain system due Wednesday next week, then things settle down with high temperatures late next week into the low and mid 30s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, off and running. Here we go. It is Friday. Whatever you're doing today, get her done. Come on, get her done.
That's right. Lots of things on the list.
Yeah.
I think I've had 6 Christmas parties this week. Yesterday was a whole lot of fun, though. That gift exchange. I walked away with some
That's
good
awesome.
stuff.
Awesome, Dawson.
Thank you, Stephanie Pratt, the realtor of the Rocks.
Well, there you go. Yeah. All right. Where shall I begin? There were 26 FBI people involved in January 6th.
I see.
Yeah, they were informants, they call them different names. Christopher Wray, who resigned 2 days ago, then this comes out the day after.
Mm-hmm.
And so 4 actually went into the Capitol, 13 were in restricted areas. 26 total. We'll cover a little more. Brother Johnny on the phone in New Orleans, where it's much warmer. He escaped.
There are preventative pardons or something. I mean, is that something that Joe Biden could do to protect some people who might have been involved in January 6th so they don't feel the wrath of Trump?
Well, the question is, will Donald Trump, pardon a lot of the J6ers? There's some that, certainly shouldn't be in jail for 1,300 days without a trial.
Right.
What the world is that? That's just not right. Anyway, we'll see. But there's always been, Christopher Wray, did you have informants? And if you didn't call the human, whatever the title is, and maybe they weren't calling them exactly specifically what they had there, were they instigators? Were they just trying to track down those Proud Boys? That's what they're saying. Well, you have to have a good intelligence operation, so you have to. But they denied it. They denied it for 4 years. Anyway, we touch on that here coming up. I am embarrassed for the University of Illinois this morning and ashamed.
Okay.
Shad Khan was turned down for an honorary degree. It is humiliating. It is embarrassing. I'm just going to go off on this. It's just unbelievable that the Student Senate, what is the Student Senate? What is their worth?
I don't know.
Why do we have a Student Senate? They're all liberal because they have liberal leftist professors that are overseeing it. It's just an embarrassment. They brought, this is the second time Shad Khan, who's done so much with the University of Illinois, he's done so much for Champaign-Urbana, and these anti-capitalist people that live on our campus just embarrassed him, 70 to 29. Because why? Well, you have leftists brainwashing our youth. I mean, Robert Jones is upset. So's Timothy Killeen. You got a man who's given so much in everything to the University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana, and it's a humiliation. You don't. First of all, the people nominated him. You shouldn't have ever. You don't ever ask a woman to marry you unless you know they're going to say yes. You never nominate somebody like this until you know what the answer is. And if you're dealing with the Illinois Student Senate, it's going to be a no. They're anti-capitalist leftist people.
Wow.
And so the headline in today's News Gazette is just that. Jim Dye writes the column. I can't wait to tell Johnny this one. One of the excuses, he had a party on his yacht and he invited some politicians that are suspect.
I see.
They heard about a party on his yacht. What are the facts here? Are you kidding me? 75-37 with 29 abstentions. I would, if I'm the university, if I'm the board of trustees, I would abolish the Student Senate. What is the worth of the students? You embarrassed this man in front of the entire world. For what purpose? Unbelievable. Okay, a couple of names here. Dean Rashid Bashir, who we know, nice man. He was one of the guys that nominated Shad for an honorary degree at the university. He came here when he was 16 years old from Pakistan. He had nothing. And he did all of what he's done. He's a 15 billionaire, whatever he is. Congratulations. We should be celebrating success for an immigrant who comes to this country and does the American dream. But no, you've got anti-capitalist leftists on this campus that don't belong there. Let's see here. I'm going to read some names here so you know. Some professors here. Obviously, it fired me up. Yeah. Kate Clancy, member of the anthropology department, complained about news reports. That Shad
news reports?
That Shad recently had a yacht party attended by politicians she deemed suspect. There are some ethical concerns. You got to be kidding. Stephanie Furtado, who teaches in labor and industrial relations and also a member of the Champaign County Board, recalled joining protests over labor practices at local Flexing Gate about a decade ago. Some of the things we heard are terrible. It's just unbelievable.
I mean, this is stuff you heard, though.
Faranak Mariftab, who teaches in U of I's urban planning development, described the Khan nomination as questionable. She wonders whether it was motivated by financial gifts he might have given the university. It is disgusting. Kudos to Robert Jones and Timothy Kleen, at least it said, what are you talking about? What are you doing here?
Right.
He earned this. He ought to get an honorary degree. He can't get an honorary degree from the University of Illinois. Abolish and ban and eliminate the Student Senate. Easy. Whatever policies or whatever. What do they do? What do they do? What is the purpose? Except they get around and they infect these students with the far left policies that they shouldn't be thinking and working toward. They're wrong. I feel better. You can text in 217-359-2255. I don't generally get this mad on the air, but it's such an embarrassment to this great institution. We humiliated Shad Khan. For what? You're wrong. He deserves an honorary degree.
I only see the headline, U of I blasts faculty decision to block honorary degree.
You need to ban whatever influence. You don't have a... Why would the faculty teach something? Okay?
Yeah.
I don't need your politics. Thank you. We're here all morning. 217-359-2255.
Right, you can chime in too.
Yeah.
We always love to hear from you.
Fisher National Bank text line.
Andy had said they're worthless.
I mean, you just have one of the board members and the trustees has asked Timothy Kleen for examination of policies that the Student Senate went against their own policies for this nomination, and I want to report by March 30. That's another thing that's wrong. I want to report by tonight.
Yeah.
I want to report by tonight why you turned them out based on your own policies.
3 months from now, we're going to forget all about this.
The bottom line is it does damage to this community. It does damage to the University of Illinois because of that stupid body that means nothing. Thank you.
Okay. Illinois women ended up beating Bradley 70-52. So next up will be Southern Indiana at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Another double-double from Kendall Bostic. I believe that's the 6th on the season. Adalia McKenzie leading the team in points. So our women's basketball team doing very well. When it comes to men's basketball last night, number 3 Iowa State beat Iowa 89-80 in Iowa. Fun interstate rival game, but the Big Ten went down.
Well, Iowa State's ranked 3rd.
I know.
So tough. So we got a number 1 game tomorrow. And here we go.
That's right.
Tennessee coming into town undefeated. Very, very good basketball team, so we'll have to play really well. And we could, but we're going to do kind of the Arkansas thing, make our shots. If we do that, we have a really good chance to win. So.
Grant is the first to come to mind of one of the winners from Express Employment Professionals. You are linked to top talent and recruitment opportunities. Details at expresspros.com. But it texted in Illini to win a free pair of tickets here from ESPN 93.5. Congratulations. I'm not even sure what the next game is. I feel like it's in a few weeks or something. We don't have...
Border War game, isn't it? I don't think there's anything...
But I mean, as far as home games to win tickets, I feel like it could be towards the end of December.
Well, we have Chicago State at the very, so
like the 29th or something.
Not sure.
Tomorrow's game, by the way, is striped the State Farm Center. If you're in the odd sections, wear orange. Even sections wear blue. Indiana at Nebraska tonight at 7.
Weather this morning brought to you by Kurt Lenschout, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there for you, and he can take care of everything. Local guy, really good. Kurt Lenschout. It is 7:19.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign Van Ave is Saturday as expected. Some snowfall across the area yesterday. In some spots picking up a little shy of 3 inches. Kind of centered either side of that I-72, I-74 corridor. Well, back to the west. Cold air locked into position as is the case here. Milder air already working up from the southern plains. And rain is in the forecast around here. Several waves with a big warm up in temperatures through early next week. So not so cold today. Partly steady up around 30 with a light east wind. Watch for a few lingering slick spots in those less traveled areas from yesterday's light snowfall. Not so cold tonight, 24. Tomorrow, breezy, not as cold, mainly cloudy rain by afternoon. High to about 44. Rounds of steady rainfall tomorrow night, not so cold, down to about 42. That's up and up to 52 on Sunday. A bit of rain and drizzle in the morning, a partly sunny afternoon. Showers and 56 on Monday, maybe even a thunderstorm south of Champaign. Cooler at 42 with a partly sunny Tuesday. More rain Wednesday with lower 40s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Software company Service Titan had a very successful stock launch on the NASDAQ, valuing the company at nearly $9 billion. The stock was priced at $71. It topped $100 in its debut. Service Titan, based in Glendale, California, makes software used by technicians serving heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Daimler Truck says Cal Freight owes it about $139 million. Cal Freight is based in Arlington, Texas. It's reorganizing in bankruptcy court. It's a truckload operator that also offers services for customers. Broadcom shares are higher. The semiconductor company's earnings topped expectations. Revenue from artificial intelligence jumped more than 200%. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola. Invested in you.
Hey, I'm Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy Podcast. Join me every Tuesday as we cover the full range of topics that are on your mind and speak with some brilliant, talented, thoughtful women and men who have excelled in their respective fields and careers. Plus, every Thursday is your turn. You get to be the lawyer and you get to ask the questions about whatever is foremost on your mind.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
All right, Tim Onstad, tell me how you're doing at Dedicated Diesel and the Dixie Chopper. You have any late model deals here I can make?
Yeah, there are fall deals on everything. We've got 3 or 4 used machines in there that Andy's looking to get rid of. We still have some new models, very few, limited of those, but those are going to be at the lowest prices that you can get. If you give us a price and it's close to what our dealer invoice is, he'll go for it.
Okay.
We'll do that and get rid of it.
Good time to buy then.
It's a great time to buy. Best prices you can get, and if you need service, now's the time to bring them in to get them serviced and get ahead of the rush and get ready for spring.
Gail Frericks Trucking, can people apply just to give you a resume?
We actually are starting a waiting list now for drivers for a regional van over the road. We've got a good group right now, and we're blessed with it.
What's the location?
1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. You can get Andy at 217-328-0562. They can reach me at the office at 765-793-7131.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
All right, ESPN 93.5, 723. It is Friday morning. Glad you're listening. We mentioned a week from Wednesday is Christmas, so maybe you ought to do that thing you've been thinking about doing.
Like put up my Christmas tree. I have one on my porch with just lights, and I have a Charlie Brown style 2-footer.
Well, you guys are busy.
So, yeah.
Well, we just love having it up. I mean, you see it so often.
Yeah, sure.
It's wonderful to celebrate the season.
Talking with a lady yesterday, said she has 17 up in her house.
Love that.
I do too.
My mom has about 6.
Right.
So it's great to have the trees and to remember the birth of Jesus.
Yes.
Even though I think technically he was born in October, we celebrate in December. But it's been a few years ago, so I think it's okay. And no white Christmas, according to Greg. So if you're planning on that, not happening. Okay, so Illinois getting ready for a bowl. It was announced that the Marching Illini is going. I don't know what the announcement was. They reserved the buses like a month ago.
Okay.
So Illinois is going to the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. The Marching Illini going, which are like, what, 400 of them, 350, whatever the number. That's a lot of children to take.
I want to say 436 or something is something when we talk.
435 is Congress,
Barry
so maybe it's
Hauser.
It's a lot of people. And then what do they do with the tuba? They have a whole entourage of trucks going before. I mean, for a marching band to travel from Champaign to Orlando is not easy.
Right.
There's a whole lot to bring.
And you're like taking over the hotel, I guess.
Well, I mean, several.
Yeah.
A hotel might not have 400. That's 2 per room,
right?
But they probably do 4.
Maybe 4.
Yeah, they do 4 per room.
And these are college students. Heck, you could do 6 or 8 and have people just crashing.
It's 100 rooms.
I know I did.
There's probably 150 rooms at one big hotel. So
I think when I did spring break, we did 8 in a room.
Yeah.
We were sleeping in between the beds and on the other side of the double bed.
I don't think
it worked. There was one time I slept in a bathtub.
Well, there you go. If you had a pillow and a blanket, you'd probably be a little rough, though.
Exactly.
It's not too comfortable
But
with
you know, it's spring break.
Yeah, stone and marble. Yeah, I don't honestly remember. I don't remember ever taking a spring break.
Is that right?
I remember going to New Orleans, which was a bad decision. But other than that, well, it was
New Orleans, a bad decision. What?
During Mardi Gras and when school was in session.
Oh my goodness.
Bad decision.
Okay,
yeah, bad
gotcha.
decision.
Riding on the city of New Orleans.
Well,
you took
it was
the train down.
It wasn't fair. It was only $32 there and $32 back. $64 all the way to New Orleans.
Yes.
You had to get a seat before you picked up people in Carbondale because they totally were going to take over the train.
Heck yeah.
And so we Mary and I left school inexplicably, and came back. I was getting a D- in my major. And I talked to Professor Janet Norberg because it was my most rewarding grade of my life. And well, what do you expect? I left school. What grade do you think you ought to be getting?
Right.
So she said, it's possible. It's possible you're going to get a B. Mm-hmm. And I've never worked harder for a class in my life.
Okay, good for you. See, lesson learned.
I did a speech persuasion talk at the end for my final. And I had everything absolutely. I did it 100 times in front of a mirror. I was not going to be denied. At the end of my speech, she said, "Oh my."
Okay.
I got my B.
I like that. You were in the zone for that.
I was fired up, but it taught me that, you know what? Nobody's going to push you over the line. You're going to have to do it yourself, or you're going to have to get an F. You're going to flunk.
Uh-huh.
So you had to make a decision within your body of saying, I'm responsible for my life and what I do and the consequences thereof.
Yes.
So that's the most thing I learned about college. I did not have a discipline, which I would recommend for everybody. Otherwise, can you say sales?
Right.
It's just
liberal arts and science,
I
whatever.
don't know the value
kind
of all that. Listen, good luck to you because it's very possibly extraordinarily successful with very non-discipline. But I think it's these days when school in my day cost very little at Eastern Illinois University. And then the University of Illinois went here too for 2 years. But in any event, it's just about you getting your work done. And if you're in a discipline, it's a little more hireable because specific knowledge pays more in life. If you have a specific knowledge, architecture, engineering, medical, I mean, all those things that not everybody can do.
Right.
The more people that can take your place, like a radio announcer, like a play-by-play guy. You think play-by-play guys ought to get paid a lot. Not when there's 1,000 people in line to take your spot.
I mean, when I graduated from EIU, it was 12 college graduates for every broadcasting position. And really, when you think of broadcasting, there's usually a dozen people behind the person behind the mic that's doing a lot of other stuff to make sure your message can get out there.
Yeah, well, that's changed. So we've evolved to podcasting and all these other ways.
Yes.
But we're still very valuable for the local element and in cars and everything else. But we can talk about Champaign-Urbana and the University of Illinois and things that make me happy and things that make me mad.
I love that we're doing all these holiday parties right now so we can really connect with people. And they're telling me they're listening, and some of them going to steviejay.com, hitting up our podcast tab, dropping down, listening to the show.
You can do that, or you can go also live now. We're mostly on X, which is the former Twitter, StevieJayFM. If you want to find us there broadcasting live and watching some fish in some aquarium, which is kind of what I think this is. I don't think it's very exciting, but we do change camera angles from time to time.
Hey, I'm all Christmassy today.
Yeah, you look green
Once
and
again.
red.
I have a lot of green and red.
All right, Brother Johnny New Orleans, we'll give him a call. Call me down from my exasperation over the Illinois faculty. The faculty senate denying Shad Khan an honorary degree. Okay, more on that. Johnny will have some because he knows Shad pretty well. 7:29.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Hi, it's Ellen Hook, owner of your newly remodeled Ashley. Get your home ready for the Get It Before Christmas event. We have hundreds of items in stock and ready for delivery just in time for the holidays. At Ashley, whether you need a cozy new sectional for family gatherings or the perfect dining set for Christmas dinner, plus mattresses throughout the whole store with hundreds of items in stock, we've got you covered with fast delivery. Don't miss out on these amazing deals happening now at Ashley. located at 602 West Anthony Drive, Champaign.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Incoming Trump border czar Tom Homan meets with New York City Mayor Eric Adams to discuss the migrant crisis and plans for deportations.
Once he agreed to sit down, I'm not going to give their names yet, but 2 other mayors have reached out until I verify they want to get to the table with me. Already reached out, so I think this starts a domino effect.
Homan earlier on Fox and Friends. Drones on the East Coast and now on the West Coast.
People say they spotted what looked like floating red orbs hovering over San Diego County and other parts of Southern California.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera at the White House downplaying the sightings. More lake effect snow downwind of the Great Lakes.
The lake effect snow band still up and running over all the Great Lakes, but we have lake effect snow warnings downwind of Erie and Ontario, and that's where we're focused in.
Fox's senior meteorologist Janice Dean, some areas already have 8 feet on the ground from other storms. America's listening to Fox News.
At local news, Governor Pritzker launching an effort to promote more housing for working families in the state. He signed an executive order launching a statewide effort enlisting multiple state agencies to explore how Illinois can accelerate plans to expand the supply and access of housing. Also announced the return of a program that provides direct monetary assistance to pay off student loan debt for those buying a home in the state. Illinois' Attorney General has sent warning letters to 4 service providers for transmitting suspected illegal robocall traffic. He's issued warnings on behalf of one or more customers who use these service providers in their networks. He's a member of the bipartisan 51 Attorney General Anti-Robocall Multi-State Litigation Task Force, which has been investigating these providers. Plan to hit the roads or hop on a plane this holiday season? You're not going to be alone. AAA predicts 6 million Illinoisans will travel 50 miles or more from home December 21st through the 1st of January. That's more than 100,000 more people than last year. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Weather with meteorologist Greg Sawyer, brought to you by Busey for over 155 years. Busey, member FDIC, and by Watts Copy Systems. I can save you some money. Why don't you get a free evaluation on your printer? Save some on maybe some color printing? Watts Copy Systems, 217-352-0428.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign and vicinity. Cold day today. A few lingering slick spots. Less traveled areas coming off that fluffed up snowfall of yesterday with a partly sunny sky. We'll inch up close to about 30. Light east wind. There are winter weather advisories over the far western end of the state. Back into Iowa on northward. Even some ice storm warnings out there. None of that here. Not so cold tonight, 24. First of 3 rain systems due in tomorrow by afternoon, with a high at 44 and a strengthening southeast wind. Rainy tomorrow night, not as cold, down to 42, then up to 52, but of rain. Sunday morning, a partly sunny afternoon. 56 sure feels good on Monday with periods of showers. Could even be a thunderstorm around. Then partly sunny, cooler, not colder weather on Tuesday at 42. Third in a string of these wet weather systems due in for Wednesday next week at 41. And then some more seasonal temperatures around here. Chillier, but not necessarily cold, with low to mid-30s by day, upper teens and mid-20s at night next Thursday and Friday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Remember years ago, Dave Lone was reading something from the Chicago papers, and the sports guy called Illinois a park bench, like a pit stop, and you never stay at Illinois, and I got real mad about that. Anyway, Brother Johnny, good trip home to New Orleans, I trust, last night?
Yeah, Steve, it's kind of snow's melted down here. How much did it snow up
About
there?
an inch.
Yeah,
an inch and 13 degrees this morning, but it was going to be 52 on Sunday, I think. So.
There you go. No, we had a great time, and we were actually happy to see a little snow, Diane. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Of course, it's easier to like it when you're leaving.
Yeah,
but-
exactly.
Exactly.
Parachute right on out of here.
And for me, I had a little fender bender yesterday going to a luncheon. So
slippery. It was slippery.
Yeah, I couldn't get stopped in time,
Yeah,
and I ran into a pole.
I did notice that when I stopped at my first stop sign. I was like, whoa, I
Yeah.
gotta remember, it's a little bit slippery.
But watch it, 13 degrees around the area, and it's still kind of slick. You got to be careful. Just be careful. Test it all. Okay, Johnny, I got pretty mad in the last half hour about this story. It's U of I leaders blast faculty decision to block honorary degree for Shad Khan. This is from Jim Dye, Front Page News Gazette this morning. This week's vote by the U of I Faculty Senate to deny an honorary degree to local businessman and philanthropist Shahid Khan has provoked a furious response from top U of I officials, so that part's good. Chancellor Robert Jones called Khan, a UI engineering graduate, owner of automobile bumper manufacturer Flexingate, an exemplary candidate for an honorary degree.
Awesome.
U of I President Tim Killeen said Khan has earned our gratitude and the recognition of his alma mater. U of I Board of Trustees Chair Don Edwards upped the rhetorical ante by charging that Khan's faculty critics ignored their own rules in denying the honorary degree. Consequently, he said a thorough examination, current university statutes, and university Senate policies is necessary. Edwards says trustees have directed Killeen to conduct a thorough review of such policies. He wants a recommendation by March 30. In the case of Mr. Khan, the board believes the Senate set aside criteria cited by its own committee related to breakthroughs in scholarship creativity, distinguished professional contributions, public service, and innovative activity in industry, while considering other criteria not supported in their own policies. Faculty Senate members voted by a 75-39 margin, 29 abstentions, to reject a recommendation to award honorary degree to Shad Khan, one of the U of I's most prominent graduates and donors. The 70-year-old is a self-made billionaire who came to the United States at age 16 from Pakistan to study engineering at the U of I. Using engineering and business skills, he built a business empire and later became a naturalized U.S. citizen. The vote came Monday after College of Engineering Dean Rashid Bashir made two separate but unsuccessful pleas in which he defended Khan's business practices from faculty critics. Flexingate, which manufactures automobile bumpers in countries all over the world, employs 26,000. Professor Prasanta Kalita, who leads the Senate's Committee on Honorary Degrees, said its members unanimously recommended that both Khan and Thomas Burrell, a Chicago native who made his mark in the advertising industry, be awarded honorary degrees. However, Faranik Miraflib, who teaches in the U of I's Urban Planning Department, described the Khan nomination as questionable because she wondered whether it was motivated by Khan's financial gifts to the U of I. She said honorary degrees should not be awarded on that basis. Stephanie Furtado, who teaches in labor and industrial relations, also a member of the Champaign County Board, recalled joining protests over labor practices at local Flexingate. Some of the things we heard about were, frankly, terrible. Kate Clancy, a member of the anthropology department, complained about news reports that Khan recently held a yacht party attended by politicians. She seemed suspect. In any event, he's not getting an honorary degree. We've embarrassed the University of Illinois. Congratulations. Why would I have a faculty senate? Can I not abolish that? What purpose do they serve? And this is the problem with our children. They're going through here getting infected by far-left progressives, and here's an example of embarrassing the University of Illinois from a very deserving subject, Johnny.
Well, I do believe I'm proud of the people who stepped up from the University of Illinois, real leaders of the university, to push back on that. That's just simple, and you need to settle down, Steve. That's just leftist bad sportsmanship. and what Shad Khan is the epitome of the American dream. And what we would like to do with the honorary degree is give him credit for using what the University of Illinois offers to offer that opportunity America gives everybody to be a success. And he's been a great success and done a lot of good for a lot of people. But that's kind of getting politics into the mix. And well, if Trump wins, we're not going to give any patriot anything. And so, but you're hurting your own university. We don't care.
Yeah. Well, I just, but is it? I mean, and I also suggest that people nominated him. Do you never ask a woman to marry you unless you know the answer? You never, I would think, put this up for the chance of embarrassment unless you know you have the votes, or do you?
Yeah, that's a good point. And that's just the process. And it sounds like they're going to look at that to see, okay, if this can happen, we got to look at the process and change it. Because you're right, Shad is deserving of the degree, and I'm sure he doesn't have the same politics as, say, Bill Ayers, for example, one of our professors. Yeah. So there's going to be differences. That's one thing. If you punish people who disagree with you, that's not what the University of Illinois wants to teach our kids. there's just some people at the university who would say, yes, it is. Most of us would say, no, it's not. And so I think it's great that he was offered that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to call him Dr. Schad from now on because I'm giving it to him.
I mean, but is it not? He's got bigger fish to fry,
Sure.
but it can't feel good to know that you got such a liberal lean. I mean, again, they'll call him again for another sponsorship of some kind.
Well, the truth of the matter is Harvard's sitting on, $40 billion as an example of one of our competitors in terms of higher education. You need supporters like Schad, and we have a lot of them, and you don't need to run them off because they succeeded, and you feel like you haven't because your candidate lost. That's where that's coming from.
Yeah, maybe
or your
so.
cause is
Yeah.
or your cause was rejected. We'll show you rejection. And so I think that's just a political backlash.
But to even suggest that he had a party on his yacht, it just reeks of anti-capitalism jealousy, and that's what it reeks of.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. And so, oh yeah, by the way, some of these people aren't as high and mighty as they'd like you to think they are.
Yeah,
because I think they probably had a few parties of their own.
Yeah,
So,
right.
But I'm glad to hear that he was considered for that, and don't be surprised if they'll give him that now. And I bet you Schad would take it. A lot of people say, no, I'm not going to take it. But that's just not how he is.
Yeah.
And
How would you describe Schad Khan about who he is?
Very intelligent, very focused, persistent, magnanimous. He's got a big heart. He's all about business. He's going to make the right call. Just a great guy. Schad's a great guy.
Yeah.
So he's the kind of guy you would like to represent the university. Actually, I've seen him on Big Ten commercials, Steve.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's for me. I'm embarrassed for my university that they would allow this to occur, and it's just ridiculous. And I think it exemplifies and vaults the far left progressive as to what impact they have at my university, and I don't like that.
I agree. I don't know about embarrassed because the chancellor and the president, we heard what they had to say about it.
Right.
And I'm proud of them.
Well, why don't the trustees ban the Illinois Faculty Senate? What purpose do they serve? I mean, do they have to have an Illinois Faculty Senate?
You want to have a process so you don't have somebody just giving out degrees or whatever, and who came up with that? And so you have this way of doing it, and that's not always going to go the way you want either. So that's the thing about a true democracy with free speech. You always have these controversies because there's so many different opinions.
Yeah.
And that's any other option doesn't work.
Right. Okay. All right.
Man, I just looked up this yacht, and it is fine right outside of Jacksonville.
By the way, Steve, let me tell you something. Schad once told me when someone said, you would do better with the tax structure or whatever if you took your Pakistani citizenship back. And he said, you'll find me on the median with nothing but my U.S. passport before I'll do that. And they said, well, why? It's just paper. He said, because I could have never done this anywhere else. America's the greatest country in the world. And that's exactly how he feels. So you won't see him saying, well, I'm leaving because he loses something or something
that's
goes
great.
wrong.
Well, and this
which
ripple
is another
effect.
thing some of our left friends do.
Talks about the ripple effect of 25,000 employees and all this other stuff that started at Flexingate in 1978.
Unbelievable what he did. 16 years old from Pakistan. All right, next item. Jesse Waters last night on Fox.
Fox News alert, the Justice Department just released the bombshell report that we've been waiting for. What actually happened on January 6th? The FBI had 26 confidential human sources there that day. 26. A confidential human source is a guy the FBI pays to spy for them. Of the 26 confidential human sources who were in D.C. on Jan 6th, 4 entered the Capitol during the riot. An additional 13 entered the restricted area around the Capitol. So more than a dozen FBI spies participated in the so-called insurrection. A bunch of them broke into the Capitol. Their own inspector general says this is what happened. But that's not what they told you when they testified under oath.
Those who were there in an undercover capacity on January 6th, how many were there?
Again, I'm not sure that I can give you that number as I sit here.
Did you have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters inside the Capitol on January the 6th prior to the doors being open?
Again, I had to be very careful.
It should be a no. Can you not tell the American people no? We did not have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters positioned inside the Capitol.
Gentleman's time has expired. You should not read anything into my decision not to share information.
Director Ray,
confidential human
gentleman's time.
Ray's right. The FBI didn't have undercover agents at January 6th. They had confidential human sources. So what's the difference? Well, a confidential human source doesn't get health insurance or a pension. They're just freelancing for the feds. Rats in MAGA hats. They're basically paid informants that the FBI runs out of headquarters. A lot of these FBI rats get picked up on some other charge. They get sat down and the FBI says, you're going to work for me now. And if you don't, you're looking at 20 years to life.
Okay, so there you have it, Johnny. Surprised?
Well, I mean, the phrase "I told you so" comes to mind. I mean, and do you think they were trying to stop anything, Steve? I mean, this was a total, utter travesty, the whole thing. And probably the biggest part of the travesty, other than an innocent woman getting shot, was the January 6th committee. What a kangaroo court. And they ran off all the Republicans who disagreed with them, other than the great Republican Liz Cheney and the Illinois guy who burst into tears at this drop of a pin.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that more will come out. And they were actually in the Capitol, paid informants. Really what you call that is contract labor. So they're working for the FBI. And what was the agenda, and who knew the plan, and who called the shots?
Yeah.
Who set all that up? 26. So that doesn't just happen randomly. Hey, where are those guys we've been talking to? I think they went out to the mall. They were protesting. Oh, okay.
Wow.
I mean, what were they really doing? And I think they were encouraging and aiding and abetting is what I think they were doing. But with the information we get, we have to speculate. So you have all kinds of things coming out.
Well, and then somebody on MSNBC said, well, you have to have some inside people to find the Proud Boys. That was good intelligence and all that other stuff.
But we're not talking about finding. We're talking about leading them in, okay?
Well, so an instigator perhaps, huh?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Again, we get these things dribbled and drabbed out. This is 4 years later, Steve.
Yeah.
Those people are supposed to be protecting us. They even asked the question to the director, the soon-to-be former director.
Right.
I can't tell you.
Yeah. Who, by the way, a Republican that Trump hired. So, wow.
Yeah, I know it. And that was supposed to be a 10-year term, so it wouldn't be as political. Well, that didn't work. So, let's go back to the drawing board.
How much are we going to find out about stuff that we were told differently in the last 4 years, do you think?
I really think a lot because of the type of people. I don't think Tulsi Gabbard minces words. I would certainly think RFK is going to say whatever he sees. Kash Patel, the new possible director, he's not going to cover anything up. He's been whining about this kind of thing for years.
Yeah. Oh,
so I think a lot.
Well, one more thing here before I let you go, Brother Johnny in New Orleans. You know that all those sections of fence that are laying there at the border that Joe Biden stopped building? Yeah. He's selling them. He's selling them, I guess, for $5 a section, really quickly, so that Trump can't do it and has a harder time building it. So apparently, Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, is saying we're going to buy them all. And then
there you go.
Yeah, but I mean, why would you do that, Johnny? You're not you're leaving. Why would you hinder somebody else's plans?
So first of all, we've seen Democrats like Tulsi and RFK step to the other side to support Trump, as did Joe and Jill Biden. So it wasn't Joe Biden that came up with that.
Okay.
What you've got there is leftist bad sportsmanship. So they're just wrecking as much as they can before they leave. Exactly what we've been talking about. We said we don't think these are good people to be in charge. These are not good people to lead us. Mm-hmm. And they're proving it. Joe proved it with his pardon. I mean, they're just the kind of things you don't do.
I mean, I'm going back to Shad Khan. I wonder if the faculty is in a grumpy mood because of their candidate losing, you know?
Well, they of course they are. They're putting as much as passion, I think, as we have about what we talk about when it comes to politics. That isn't our religion. And a lot of people on the left, it kind of is. It's everything to them. And so, yeah, they're not just grumpy, they're devastated. But when you believe in the wrong things, it's only a matter of time before it just collapses around you. And so I'm hoping that's what we're starting to see because we've been on the wrong track. I agree with the 74% of Americans who said, hey, man, we're going the wrong direction. Make a turn.
Right, no.
There's been a few texts to 217-359-2255. Shad should just politely quit giving money to the U of I. The dumb... I'm not going to say. Senate has never done a thing in their lives. Absolute warped sense of worth. Get into the real world. Here's another person saying we should have a Republican Senate, Stevie. And another person sounds like similar to when we lost the chief. A handful of people dictated the policy for the U of I, then factored into the NCAA, and then we don't have a chance. So, and another person saying, why should Mr. Khan donate anything to the school that does not appreciate him?
Well, I'll tell you, the school, many of us do. And here's the kind of guy Shad is. He's not going to say, I'll never give him another penny. That's just not what he's going to do. He knows there's a process. He knows there's two sides to the battle that we're in. And a lot of kids gain a lot. The University of Illinois is one of the best in the country. They're hanging in there. It's hard. Higher education is difficult. And there's a lot of schools that are really getting weak. They're handing out easy A's for the tuition, and they're saying if you don't pass 85% of the kids, you're going to lose your job.
Wow.
And so Illinois is worth fighting for.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's right, and I think that the university's real, public face did the right thing, and they didn't say no comment, which a lot of university presidents would have done.
Right.
They just said, that's not right, we're going to look at this.
All right, so, Johnny, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Interesting goings on.
There are lots going on. I had lots for you today, but that's what we got. But thank you for being on, and we'll call you next week.
All right, great to be with you guys, and stay warm.
Yeah,
have a good weekend.
We'll talk to you soon. Brother Johnny, New Orleans, ESPN 93.5. Weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And they've got a lot of stuff going on. If you want to take note of the winter solstice celebration, that's in a week on the 20th. Plus, there's all kinds of free activities for seniors after 11 today. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
Nathaniel's Son, did you know a special Friday edition coming up?
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Van Ness is Saturday as expected. Some snowfall across the area yesterday. In some spots, picking up a little shy of 3 inches. Kind of set on either side of that I-72, I-74 corridor. Well, back to the west, cold air locked into position, as is the case here. Milder air already working up from the southern plains, and rain is in the forecast around here. Several waves with a big warm up in temperatures through early next week. So not so cold today. Partly sunny, up around 30 with a light east wind. Watch for a few lingering slick spots in those less traveled areas from yesterday's light snowfall. Not so cold tonight, 24. Tomorrow, breezy, not as cold, mainly cloudy, rain by afternoon. High to about 44. Rounds of steady rainfall tomorrow night, not so cold, down to about 42. That's been up to 52 on Sunday. A bit of rain and drizzle in the morning, a partly sunny afternoon. Showers and 56 on Monday, maybe even a thunderstorm south of Champaign. Cooler at 42 with a partly sunny Tuesday. More rain Wednesday with lower 40s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Yep, I'm showing 13 degrees, friends. It's Friday, normally Thursday, but today, this week, it's Friday. Nathaniel's Son is in Chicago. Nathaniel's Son, how are you?
I'm good, guys. How are you doing?
Good.
We're good. Ready for the weekend.
Another couple degrees chillier up in Chicago today, I bet, huh?
I think it is. I had myself a nice brisk walk this morning, and I sure felt it probably within a couple minutes.
How's that little girl Tilly doing? How's she doing?
You know, she sure likes staying inside during these days.
Yeah.
I managed to drag her out, do her business, but then she's pretty eager to get back in.
Yeah. Little Cocker Spaniel there, little Tilly. All right, Nathaniel's Son, my son in Chicago. What do you know?
Well, this morning, as we all are well aware, Christmas is upon us. And I hope you've got your Christmas shopping done at this point. But it's really important for us, and I know we did discuss this last year, but it's worth reminding ourselves of some of the real meanings behind this season. We know that Christmas itself is celebrated because of the birth of Jesus Christ. But we give each other gifts, and where did that come from? Well, to learn more about that, we need to understand who St. Nicholas is. Now, St. Nicholas was born in the 3rd century in a village in modern-day Turkey. And his parents were wealthy, but they died while he was young. And he supposedly spent his inheritance helping the sick and poor in his village. Now, he lived during the reign of the Roman Emperor Diocletian, who was known for his persecution specifically of Christians. And at one point, St. Nicholas was even imprisoned for some of his service. Now, he was known for his generosity in the name of Christ, and the most well-known legend of his service involves 3 poor sisters who had no dowry, which just meant they were unable to marry. Now, one morning, though, the family woke, and they had 3 bags of gold mysteriously waiting for them in their home, and they were all dowries for the 3 girls. And some versions of the story say that he even tossed the bags of gold into the window so as to remain anonymous, and they landed in the stockings or the socks that were hanging to dry above the fire. So as we go to our Christmas parties and do our last Christmas shopping, it's important, and I hope we all remember that this spirit of getting gifts for each other and going through Christmas lists really was born out of the spirit of generosity.
Love it.
I also thought the gold, frankincense, and myrrh that the 3 kings brought to Jesus was part of a giving thing, but St. Nicholas obviously did a lot. And when was he alive, St. Nick?
The 3rd century.
3rd century.
3rd century A.D.
Wow. That's
200.
Yeah, 200. And then in 300 A.D., the first Christian nation was actually Armenia, who claimed to say, hey, we're the first Christian nation to follow Christ. And that was in 300. They just celebrated 1,700 years of that. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's amazing.
St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, I guess. Good stuff, Nathaniel Son. Are you ready? Do you have everything done for Christmas?
No. Well, the combination of the combination of preparing for the birth of a child has kind of pushed all the Christmas to-dos back a little bit.
That's the first time you've mentioned that, and now that you have.
Congratulations.
When is the baby coming? Because I've been really quiet on it until you felt comfortable enough, and you and Allison are having a baby. Nathaniel, what's that going to be? Wow. So
it's a huge blessing. And we are just really grateful. And come January, we're probably going to be parents.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's exciting. You've had nesting. That's a term that I remember getting up and painting a wall for no good reason when Nathaniel
starting to prepare everything.
Was pregnant with you, and you just got up and did the bathroom again. Told out the tile, did everything, and he knows how to do all that. That was awesome. So nice.
And Stevie, the first round to be a grandpa.
Yeah, Janet and I are very excited, very thankful, and very excited about this.
What a great chapter.
Yeah, you're going to see our noses pressed against your window a lot. Hey, you're home. Hey.
I think we're going to welcome it. I think the help's going to be great.
We can't wait. Hey, buddy, thank you so much. Thanks for being on. Did you know? Nathaniel Son from Chicago.
Spotlighting St. Nicholas here around Christmas time.
The news coming up.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground Solutions. Are you tired of dealing with leaky faucets, basement flooding, bursting or leaking pipes? From plumbing maintenance and repairs to installing new water heaters and sump pumps, our goal is to get you up and running as soon as possible. At Lands Plumbing, we have 24/7 emergency service and a team of highly skilled professionals that will work with you to get the job done right the first time. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Illinois basketball season is underway. Single game tickets to see your Fighting Illini at State Farm Center are on sale now at fightingillini.com. Great seats are still available. Lock in your tickets for big games against Big Ten opponents before they're gone. Don't miss your chance to see the winningest team in the Big Ten Conference over the last 5 years. Be part of the atmosphere and get tickets at fightingillini.com.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Kill a child? You should be killed. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what a prosecutor in Texas says in the case against two men in the U.S. illegally charged with murdering a 12-year-old girl. Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg just told Fox she plans to seek the death penalty.
We want the message out there that regardless of who you are, but especially if you are illegally in this country, that you will face the same consequences as anyone else.
Franklin Pena and Johan Martinez Rangel are from Venezuela and are accused of kidnapping Jocelyn Nungary, sexually assaulting the girl, killing her, and leaving her body under a bridge back in June. The incoming Trump border czar, who will oversee mass deportations of immigrants here illegally, faces resistance from many Democrats. But not in New York City, where Tom Homan tells Fox he had a good meeting with Mayor Eric Adams.
He has promised to work with us to target violent, criminal, illegal aliens in this city and to help us find over 300,000 missing children that this administration released to unvetted sponsors.
Some officials in New Jersey want a state of emergency declared over mysterious drones flying overhead for weeks, and now people are reporting drones spotted from California to Florida to Connecticut.
The FBI and DHS say a lot of the sightings are actually of manned aircraft. Still, the gaps and lack of explanation to back up the government's assertion that there is no malicious intent is frustrating several lawmakers.
Fox's Madeline Rivera at the White House, where officials maintain there's no threat to public safety. President Biden will have a virtual call this hour with other world leaders of G7 countries the morning after the U.S. provided Ukraine another $500 million of military aid that was followed by a Russian and missile and drone and barrage attack on Ukraine.
President-elect Trump has pledged to end the war in Ukraine and has appointed Keith Kellogg as a special envoy to deal with bringing the war to a close. The G7 meeting is the first since the fall of Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad's regime, bringing uncertainty to the future of the nation.
Fox's Ryan Schmel. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken now in Iraq for talks about Syria. America's listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
The same day President Biden pardoned 39 people for nonviolent crimes and commuted the sentences of about 1,500 others. A guilty plea related to the impeachment inquiry House Republicans have conducted probing Biden family overseas business dealings. It's a federal case against an ex-FBI informant.
Alexander Smirnov will enter a guilty plea for his claims that Hunter Biden and his father, then Vice President Biden, accepted bribes from Burisma, a Ukrainian energy company. Smirnov's sentence could range from 2 to 6 years in prison. Smirnov claimed Biden and his son each got $5 million in 2015, prompting a House GOP-led impeachment inquiry. Prosecutors say Smirnov did have dealings with Burisma, but after the Obama-Biden administration ended. The charges Smirnov will face are tax evasion and causing a false FBI record. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Prosecutors in New York City are giving a grand jury evidence as they keep building a murder case against Luigi Mangione, who's still jailed in Pennsylvania, where he was arrested Monday, suspected of killing United Healthcare's CEO. His motive is part of the investigation, including writings Mangione left behind, angry over the health insurance industry. And somebody in Florida is upset, too, and also now in trouble.
Police say it was a denied claim that prompted 42-year-old Brianna Boston to threaten Blue Cross Blue Shield with the phrase delay, deny, depose, which the killer wrote on the casings of the bullets used to kill United Healthcare's Brian Thompson. Cops say Boston also told the insurance company rep, "You people are next." She's now charged with making threats to conduct a mass shooting or an act of terrorism. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising the day after selling. On Thursday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams won a field goal battle, beating San Francisco 12-6. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A new funding opportunity to communities with no wastewater collection and treatment facilities has been announced by the EPA. Acting Director James Jennings announced the EPA making $1 million available for grants through the Unsewered Communities Planning Grant Program. It'll help small and disadvantaged communities in developing a project plan to wastewater collection and treatment needs. Governor Pritzker opened to a meeting with President-elect Donald Trump's incoming border czar to discuss his mass deportation plan. However, the governor doesn't believe Tom Homan has the legal authority to carry out the plan. He adds he's concerned the Trump administration won't follow Illinois laws that protect undocumented immigrants. Professor at the University of Illinois pioneering cancer research that could curb tumor growth, Eric Nelson is an associate professor of molecular and integrated physiology. His work focuses on a protein found in some immune cells. It says the goal of his lab to figure out ways to make the immune system attack cancer cells. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim, and good morning, friends. On this 8 o'clock hour, another hour to go of the program, and then, of course, the drive this afternoon. Lonte and Derek Piper with Kyle Tosk. That'll be this afternoon after 3. Mr. Greg Solier is a meteorologist. Congratulations, Northern Illinois, getting to another bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Highlight, obviously, beating Notre Dame, and we kind of slipped, that's like the top of the mountain, and we kind of slid down a little bit in the mountain, but we made it to the bowl game, as you pointed out.
I'm telling you what, though, Notre Dame gets to host Indiana. Notre Dame, the people in that top 12, they're all really good, and so you guys beating Notre Dame, that was a thing. That was
yes.
That's their only loss, right?
Record,
I think Notre Dame's one loss. I think so.
I believe so.
That was your DeKalb-based Northern Illinois University, Mr. Greg Solier.
Thank you for the accolades.
Did they have a weather climate area at Northern? Does that have all schools?
Yes, that's where I got my degree.
I know, but did they have it like really develop, or is that one of the places to go for meteorology?
It has improved itself and gotten better as the years, the decades have rolled on. I tell this story because I was looking around when I was finishing up community college and was I was aiming really for Parks College in St. Louis until I and my dad saw the bill. So I had to work my way through college. So we found Northern. At the time, Northern was emphasizing or moving from an emphasis in meteorology to an actual degree in meteorology. So
nice.
That's where we went to, and they put some money in the program, and off to the races it went. So
they probably got all the machines now there. I would think they've grown that.
Well, back in my era, you had what we call the DieFax machine and the FAA 604 teletype, and a separate machine for satellite delivered products, pictures, and all that. Now you go to your confuser, and that's what we have here. I mean, everything what we could do in the office, now you can do right here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Nerdy stuff. Thank you very much.
Nerdy stuff. He got a weather station when he was 12 for Christmas.
There you go.
It's our meteorologist, Greg Solier, with a warmer picture here ahead.
Yes, it will be if you're A, sheltered from the wind tomorrow, B, the rain that gets going tomorrow afternoon, but the better day, actually Sunday afternoon, may be pretty decent around here. The winds will have subsided, the rain will have temporarily ended. That'll be the first of 3 wet weather systems coming, and we should be well north of the 50-degree mark. So if you didn't get the holiday decorations and the Santa Claus and the star plugged into the barn, Sunday is probably your day to do it. Although after this cold that we have here now, nothing menacing in the maps and charts yards. However, if you are moving in some direction west today, Galesburg, Monmouth, the Mississippi into Iowa, increasing winter-related driving issues with some freezing rain, sleet, and snow. Even an ice storm warning around the Cedar Rapids area, as he tries to say. 14 now at Willard and Savoy later on today. We'll top out with a partly sunny sky to about 30. Not so cold, 24 tonight. 44 tomorrow, but a gusty southeast wind and rain is knocking at the door, certainly by lunchtime tomorrow. Then tomorrow night, rainy, not as cold, in the 40s, and a milder Sunday. Some rain in the morning. Afternoon peaks of sun Sunday and 52 there. 56 Monday, but some shower activity breaks out. Then we'll cool off into the lower 40s on Tuesday and Wednesday. More rain next Wednesday. Then the seasonal weather for Thursday and Friday. Daytime temperatures in the 30s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, bye, friend. Thank you so much. Yep, we're back at ESPN 93.5. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
Americans threaten to take matters into their own hands with the drones.
Yes.
So we still don't know, but you know what? I think Johnny was right when he said yesterday, it's okay. I don't know why there's no way we don't know. There's no way.
Okay.
It's been going since November 18. But these things are SUVs or small buses, and they can deliver a payload. So I think it's worth considering that this could be bad. And even if it's nefarious, even nothing to do with it now, what do you think China's thinking? Apparently they don't do anything. We did a balloon. Nobody did anything about that. I think that's just... Let me just say Donald Trump isn't going to handle it that way. I've never heard him talk about it, actually, but he's not, that isn't going to work. So I don't know, and I don't know if guys are going to go out with their rifles and shoot at it. Probably could reach it. And then what happens when they come down is going to hit my house, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful with that. And if you're in New Jersey, it's probably pretty populated around there. But I don't know what they are. John Decker yesterday had no clue what it was. New Jersey residents frustrated with the lack of answers regarding dozens. Now some of the response now said, well, is there really that many? So they're trying to downplay it. So
right.
The government has to know. The question is, what are you doing? And why are you continuing when people are freaking out now? Time to put them down. If it's you.
Here's some headlines. Drone debacle deepens.
I don't get it. It's in New Jersey. I can't think the government doesn't know, really. James Ward, a Jersey Shore realtor, shared video on Facebook that he said show SUV-sized drones above Island Beach State Park taken Sunday. It's difficult to judge their size in the clip, which shows a number of lights hovering in the sky. Dozens of SUV-sized drones in all directions, the caption read, emerging at same time, flying over the ocean. Well, that's when you shoot it down. It's over the ocean. And then heading in different directions. What do you think, he wrote? Why hasn't anyone shot one down to look for a serial number to trace it back to the operator?
Mm-hmm.
Again, this has gone too far for me to not think that everybody knows what they're doing. Imagine the FBI, who can tell you everything about you, if they want to. Everything about Diane Ducey they know.
Right.
So you're telling me oh gosh, I don't know. Come on. But what are you doing? Yeah, so anyway, Donald Trump hasn't even commented on it, so he must be in the loop as far as knowing it's not a danger. But it's very frustrating for the people of New Jersey. The drones continue to fly until further notice.
But here's one that's a headline that says New Jersey drones are manned aircraft being flown lawfully.
Why can't I know
White
what
House says?
Why can't I know what it is?
Right.
I mean, what are you doing?
Just tell people what this is.
Well, don't you think they're going to freak out if they see a flying bus? Hey! Is that, or are these new delivery methods or new Uber? I'm going to fly an Uber in the sky and get to my destination if they're that big. I just think we're kind of used to wanting answers like that. Kind of used to that, like, hey, what's up?
Right.
I've never in my life heard of a story that went on for 3 weeks. And gosh, I don't know. I don't know. We can't. Isn't that something? Yeah, I don't know.
Especially if it's in your neighborhood and it makes all this noise.
Yeah, there's enough guys with whatever weapon that could probably take a shot at it and might hit it, and then what? They'll get arrested. I'm positive of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, check your sports headlines.
Illinois women's basketball team continues to win. We had a score of 70-52 over Bradley yesterday.
What's our record? Do we know that?
I think it's 8-2.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Southern Indiana comes to our house. This is part of the 5-game homestand Sunday at 1 o'clock. If you want to take in the game, Illinois and number 1 Tennessee tomorrow. It's a 4:30 tip-off. Stripe, the State Farm Center is the theme.
I'm just not going to remember this.
Orange odd.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll probably get it wrong. So,
All right.
So if I'm in an even, I need to wear my blue.
That's right.
Which I am way more proficient in orange. And again, can't we touch that up with a little Photoshop or whatever they do?
I don't know if there's a.
Is anybody even taking a picture?
No,
of
I
it?
don't even
What's
know.
the point?
It used to be that.
What
that
is
was
my
a big
point?
thing.
Yeah, big picture smile. Anyway, okay, we'll try.
Take note of that. But yeah, this is a popular game. And keep in mind, you can ride the free shuttle to the home Illini games, leaving Pia's a half hour before tip-off.
So they just drive me to the door. I go in.
Front circle drive.
As soon as the last horn goes, I go straight home to
You
the
have
bus.
10 minutes to
10
get
minutes.
to the bus. And sometimes, people want to tiptoe out. If the bus starts to fill up towards the end of the game, they might go. They take a head count.
They don't come back.
No,
I think it's
but
a one trip.
You mean the bus will pick you up after the game?
Right, but there's not going to be oversold. They're not going to oversell the Pia's bus because they can't legally take it.
No, that's right.
All right, so there'll be a 44 or whatever
Right.
it holds. Okay, so then you go, but they leave quickly. If you're in high C, it takes a minute to get down.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. There's been times where you're starting to head down.
But
10
the
minutes
game's
left
not
in the
over.
game. Yeah, but if
It's
we're
tied.
I guess this is number 1 Tennessee.
You're not leaving this thing. If you don't know who won, you're not
fine.
leaving.
10 minutes after the buzzer get there.
I understand people do leave even if it's not decided because they'll get stuck.
Uh-huh.
There needs to be a concourse. That's your next idea of getting out up high and then taking stairs or something. That's your next renovation.
All right.
Because if you're in row 17 of C, you're not getting out. You're not going fast. That's why people leave with 4 minutes left no matter what.
Right.
Okay.
Indiana and Nebraska in action at 7 o'clock tonight. You can watch that game at Pia's if you want. Number 3, Iowa State took down Iowa in that interstate rivalry, 89-80 yesterday. LA Rams over the San Francisco 49ers, 12-6 yesterday. Rams win with 4 field goals.
Yeah, it was the first time ever since 1950 that either team in that Rams.
No touchdown.
No touchdowns. Hey, from trimming the tree to shopping for that perfect gift, the holidays are busy and all the running around. Busey reminds consumers, that's you, to be careful, conscientious of spending. Guess what? January, you'll get the bill. And you go, I did not spend that. I did not spend $1,700. Oh. That thing was $400. That was $200. That was, Check it twice. Make a list, check it twice. Be disciplined. Be a bargain hunter. A lot of deals out there. Factor in other expenses. I mean, you got postage is 73 cents a letter. It's not, it's still plenty cheap enough for me to not take it myself. Factor in other expenses. Review receipts from last year. Save your receipts this year so you have a clue. You never remember what you did last year. Busey committed to helping you handle your hard-earned money responsibly while still enjoying the wonderful days ahead. Challenge yourself to be both meaningful and impactful with gifts. Thought is really, really nice because a lot of times you don't think much about it. You just grab something. Remember, your time may be the most important and meaningful present they receive. Busey, dedicated to providing support and resources this season, whether it's budgeting or planning your financial resolutions, visit any Busey location or call them at 800-67-BUSEY, 800-67-BUSEY, or visit Busey.com today. Since 1868. Yeah, the same name. It's amazing. Busey, member FDIC. All right, we check your weather. Meteorologist Greg Solier. We'll be right back. Our Fox Business will be next. It's 8:18.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and vicinity. Cold day today. A few lingering slick spots. Less traveled areas coming off that fluffed up snowfall of yesterday with a partly sunny sky. We'll inch up close to about 30. Light east wind. There are winter weather advisories over the far western end of the state. Back into Iowa on northward. Even some ice storm warnings out there. None of that here. Not so cold tonight, 24. First of 3 rain systems due in tomorrow by afternoon with a high at 44 and a strengthening southeast wind. Rainy tomorrow night, not as cold, down to 42, then up to 52, but of rain. Sunday morning, a partly sunny afternoon. 56 sure feels good on Monday with periods of showers. Could even be a thunderstorm around. Then partly sunny, cooler, not colder weather on Tuesday at 42. Third in a string of these wet weather systems due in for Wednesday next week at 41. And then some more seasonal temperatures around here. Chillier, but not necessarily cold, with low to mid-30s by day, upper teens and mid-20s at night next Thursday and Friday. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm Ian Olchus, Greg Soldier.
When you're looking for your next vehicle, be sure to stop at Sarah Champagne and listen to Merez.
Hi, I'm Merez Johnson Jr., power forward for the University of Illinois basketball team. The only place you should shop for your next vehicle is Sarah Champagne, home of Honda, BMW, Buick GMC, and Subaru. Why? Because they treat you like family every time. Take it from me, Merez Johnson Jr. Sarah Champagne will be the last dealership you will ever work with.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
ILLINI. Cheer on the Illini and Pia's. The pregame fun starts at Pia's Sports Bar and Grill. Pia serves up its famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger along with great wings and so much more. Enjoy 350 22-ounce light and course light drafts every home and away Illini game. Watch the game at Pia's or ride the free shuttle to all home games. You'll find it all at Pia's with live video gaming, sports, food, drinks, and fun. See you at Pia's, West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Boeing says it will spend $1 billion and create 500 jobs to step up production of its 787 Dreamliner in South Carolina. It was making 5 of the planes a month. It plans to boost production to 10 a month by 2026. Boeing's been dealing with manufacturing and safety issues and a lack of parts. Yesterday was a huge day for software company Service Titan. It serves HVAC technicians, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. The stock launched on the NASDAQ and topped $100 a share, valuing the company at nearly $9 billion. Service Titan's based in Glendale, California. The cost of things from other countries. Import prices went up 0.1% in November. Economists were predicting a slight decline. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola. Invested in you.
I'm Emily Campagno, host of the Fox True Crime Podcast. On December 26, 1996, 6-year-old John Benet Ramsey was found murdered inside her Boulder, Colorado home. 28 years later, the suspected killer remains unknown, and her family continues to fight for answers. Host of Sunday Night in America and the Trey Gowdy podcast, Trey Gowdy joins me to discuss this tragic case and why it continues to haunt him to this day. Available now on foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
At F&B Wealth Management, it's not just about numbers, it's about people and communities. Hi, I'm Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank and F&B Wealth Management. Our team is united by a shared passion for helping you achieve your financial goals. We are equipped and eager to work together to craft personalized financial solutions just for you, including retirement planning, risk management through life insurance, long-term care insurance planning, and investment advisory services. Together, we will celebrate milestones, navigate life's transitions, and build a financial future that reflects your values. Experience the difference of a team that truly cares. Visit investwithfnb.com to learn more about dedicated advisors and start your journey toward a financial confidence today.
F&B Wealth Management is a division of Fisher National Bank. F&B securities are not insured by the FDIC, not a deposit or other obligation of or guaranteed by the depository institution, subject to investment risks, including possible loss of the principal amount invested. Securities, insurance, and investment advisory services are offered through Midwestern Securities Trading Company, LLC, MSTC, member FINRA, SIPC, MSTC, and F&B are not affiliated.
F&B Wealth Management, supporting exceptional communities full of exceptional people.
Hey Illinois, get the ultimate winning combo with Circa Sports and Rosati's Pizza. Download and fund the Circa Sports Illinois app with just $20 and you'll score a free pizza. Bet big and taste the win with Circa Sports and Rosati's. It's sports betting the way it should be. Visit circasports.com/Rosati's. Must be 21 or older. Exclusions may apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
I'm Crystal Hogue. I'm with CHM Bible Theater. I want to share some good news about our upcoming event of the Christmas Story. It's a Christmas gala, 5 p.m. on this coming Saturday, December 14th, inside Lincoln Square at CHM Bible Theater. We'll have a live band, eat dinner. We have a couple of guest speakers there, some video presentations about the history of CHM Bible Theater. If you're interested in purchasing tickets, please visit our website at chmbibletheater.org and just click on the Purchase Ticket tab.
That's her right there, Crystal Hogue, that you just did that commercial. You sound great, man. Wow.
Well, thank you very much.
Wow. So at CHM Bible Theater, you got a band, you got a dinner, you got the show A Christmas Story. Tell me firstly a little about who you are. Who's Crystal Hogue?
Well, Crystal Hogue is a person that loves to tell these stories. I'm so excited about our organization, what we're doing in the community. We really want to be able to use people's God-given gifts and talents, just to inspire the community. So, yeah, that's what we're all about.
Well, good for you. I've never heard of kind of this focus of I always thought Bible stories on video games could introduce kids in a different way, because if you have video games of some of the battles and Noah's Ark and all these other things, you got to get the drafts in there. I mean, I think that'd be a great video game.
My kids learned a lot with Veggie Tales back in the day.
Well, so this is really a pointed saying, hey, the Bible's here, Jesus is here we go. And so you've put this really thing together. How long have you been doing this here in Champaign-Urbana?
Oh, my gosh. Here, probably for about 12 years. We started, though, back in 2008. So we've been doing this for a long time.
Where have I been? Where in the heck have I been? I think this is outstanding. We need this. We need more of it. And you've got an opportunity for people to join you guys. It's actually tomorrow. So if you so tell me about the evening. If I come at 5 o'clock tomorrow at Lincoln Square Mall, what am I going to experience?
Yes, it is tomorrow inside Lincoln Square. Yeah, it's going to be a great experience for you guys. I mean, we are in the process now of converting the auditorium into this nice, beautiful, elegant, dinner theater. And at 5 o'clock, there's going to be a great meal. The band will greet you with some good music, good Christmas music. It is very festive. You can dress up if you want. If you have that one gown in your closet that you've been waiting to wear, or that tuxedo, you can wear your tuxedo. And it's just, to have a great time, to, eat great food, meet new people. It's very diverse, and it's just fun, a great time to be able to enjoy the Bible story of the Christmas story.
You're going to feed me, you're going to give me a great show, you're going to give me music. It's only $50, which I don't think is very much.
I think there's gift baskets, too,
what?
Crystal?
Seriously? Wow.
There's gift baskets, and I don't know if we can do this, but I have a couple of free tickets.
Oh.
Excellent.
All right, so check the calendar. If you're available, 5 o'clock, we want to give some away, Diane?
Yeah, we can have people text in CHM, maybe, for chmbibletheater.org, and let us know if you can use these tickets tomorrow, 359-2255.
$50 each, and if you're not doing anything, I think you'd love this, and it's going to be family-friendly for sure, so this is really great.
Yeah, and I know, Crystal, you have different partnerships with various parishes and churches around the area, and you especially want to get the summer arts camps and after-school programs going, and that's what this fundraiser is all about with this gala at Lincoln Square tomorrow, right?
Yes, that's what it's all about, really. This is our annual fundraiser. I mean, we want to be able to target those kids out there who are very artistic. Moms are trying to find their kids to get involved in something. We do want your kids, and this is an opportunity to see what we're doing. We do have kids in the show, as well as adults as well, too. So, this is definitely a great opportunity for you guys. And I was going to say, go ahead.
I was just going to say, are you ready? I mean, is the show ready to go? Do you feel good?
We are probably at about 95% ready.
Well, then it's normal. That's about normal.
That's right.
That's fine.
And as far as auditioning for opportunities like this, I know a few months ago you did Job's story, didn't you?
Oh my gosh, yes. We did a Joe story. That was very, very powerful. We had so many people that actually auditioned for it too. And so we need more people for this one, because what happens is that once you audition and you do a show, then you're like, oh, okay, I can't do the next one, but I'll do this one the next time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so we're always looking for people. And if people are interested in the tickets that we have, they can always email us directly. And I'm thinking maybe the first 20 people, we can pick 5 or 4 out of that bunch that email us. So, yeah, we're always looking for people to audition, people to be a part of it. Backstage, too, because some people like to do things backstage. They don't want to be on stage, but backstage. So there's all kinds of opportunities to use your God-given talents and skills just to inspire. I mean, it's a beautiful time. So why not just present this Christmas story using everyone's gifts?
chmbibletheater.org, correct?
Mm-hmm. That's it, chmbibletheater.org,
And
yes.
Freedom Coalition's the bands that's going to be playing?
That is the band, and they are awesome. They
Awesome.
played last year, so yes, so it'll be a great time.
Not going to be too darn loud, right?
No, it's going to
Okay.
be just right for you.
Because of my age, hey, turn that down a little bit. Hey, Crystal, you're delightful, and good work you're doing. You're changing lives in a good way, and we appreciate your efforts. chmbibletheater.org.
Right.
And Crystal, a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. Break a leg, I guess, is what you do for shows. So I hope it's a delightful evening. I hope a lot of people are there.
Well, thank you so much, and we're just so happy to be able to do this.
All right, thank you. And if you want to text in on the Fisher National Bank text line, 217-359-2255. If you want tickets to this.
CHM is all it takes, and I'll get you going.
All righty, we'll do that now. If you want to text in, if you're available, I'm giving you $50 tickets to dinner and a show. Come on. Come on, man.
That's tomorrow.
Come on, man. It's 8:30 in Champaign-Urbana.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Red orbs over San Diego. Nightly reports of drone swarms spreading from New Jersey, now including the Marines' Camp Pendleton and Connecticut, where Democrat Senator Richard Blumenthal joins the call. Shoot them down if necessary.
We should be doing some very urgent intelligence analysis and take them out of the skies, especially if they're flying over airports or military bases.
Secretary of State Blinken on a surprise visit to Iraq for talks on the future of post-Assad Syria. Texas prosecutors in Houston will seek the death penalty for the 2 Venezuelan migrants charged with murdering 12-year-old Joycelyn Nungary. An inspector general report reveals the FBI did indeed have assets at the Capitol riot. No agents, but about 24 confidential human sources who were not prosecuted. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Governor Pritzker opened to a meeting with President-elect Donald Trump's incoming border czar to discuss his mass deportation plan. However, the governor doesn't believe Tom Homan has the legal authority to carry out the plan. He adds he's concerned the Trump administration won't follow Illinois laws that protect undocumented immigrants. Professor at the University of Illinois, pioneering cancer research that could curb tumor growth, Eric Nelson is an associate professor of molecular and integrated physiology. His work focuses on a protein found in some immune cells. It says the goal of his lab to figure out ways to make the immune system attack cancer cells. A new funding opportunity to communities with no wastewater collection and treatment facilities has been announced by the EPA. Acting Director James Jennings announced the EPA making $1 million available for grants through the Unsewered Communities Planning Grant Program. It'll help small and disadvantaged communities in developing a project plan to wastewater collection and treatment needs. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hello, my name is Amber Oberheim, and I am a family nurse practitioner at OSF Healthcare in Monticello. The United States appears to be on track to experience a typical respiratory virus season this year. The CDC is predicting that combined peak hospitalizations from COVID-19, influenza, and RSV this fall and winter will be similar to or lower than last year. The best way that you can protect yourself from the flu is to make sure that you get vaccinated every year. All Americans ages 6 months and older are recommended to get a flu shot. Younger children and older adults are most at risk of serious illness from the flu. Another effective way to prevent respiratory illness is to make sure that you have excellent hand washing. If you do start feeling ill, I recommend that you stay home to prevent infecting others and reach out to your healthcare provider to get tested. COVID-19 and the flu can present similarly, and it's important to make sure that you have the right treatment options available. At OSF Healthcare, we're doing even more to help you be the healthiest you. Learn more at osfhealthcare.org.
Hi, Randy Graham here with Curtis Orchard. Thank you for giving us People's Choice Awards, including Best Pies and Bakery. Speaking of pies and bakery, it's time to place your holiday orders. We sell so much this time of year that we need your order now so that we don't run out. Donuts, fritters, pumpkin bars, and pies, they all make the holidays special. Not sure of your plans? Buy frozen pies to bake as needed. Order online at curtisorchard.com or call 217-359-5565. See you soon.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Van Ave is Saturday as expected. Some snowfall across the area yesterday. In some spots picking up 2, a little shy of 3 inches. Kind of centered either side of that I-72, I-74 corridor. Well, back to the west. Cold air locked into position, as is the case here. Milder air already working up from the southern plains. And rain is in the forecast around here. Several waves with a big warm up in temperatures through early next week. So not so cold today. Partly sunny, up around 30 with a light east wind. Watch for a few lingering slick spots in those less traveled areas from yesterday's light snowfall. Not so cold tonight, 24. Tomorrow, breezy, not as cold, mainly cloudy, rain by afternoon. High to about 44. Rounds of steady rainfall tomorrow night, not so cold, down to about 42. That's been up to 52 on Sunday. A bit of rain and drizzle in the morning, a partly sunny afternoon. Showers and 56 on Monday, maybe even a thunderstorm south of Champaign. Cooler at 42 with a partly sunny Tuesday. More rain Wednesday with lower 40s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
Habitat for Humanity of Champaign County has been enjoying the 12 days of Christmas with exclusive sales, fun-filled activities, and festive surprises for the whole family. Each day will bring a new way to celebrate the season. Champaign County Restore at 1914 Glen Park Drive in Champaign will have gift wrapping on Thursday, December 19th through Saturday, December 21st. Bring your gifts to get wrapped with labels ready to put on them in exchange for a donation. If you'd like to volunteer to wrap, send a note to outreach@cuhabitat.org.
Yeah, well, I might bunch it too much at the end on wrapping.
Then take it to Restore.
Yep.
You can have Janet do some quick shopping and enjoy.
Boom.
19th through the 21st. They're not doing it at the mall this year. They're going to be doing it right there at Restore.
This was on X this morning.
We got 8 seconds. He drives in the corner. Eddie Johnson around 1 minute. A shot.
That sounds like it's from 1922, but that's actually Eddie Johnson's shot in 1979. We were hosting a guy with a big afro, not as big as mine. His name was Magic Johnson. and he was with Michigan State, and they were in the Assembly Hall, and the Assembly Hall was packed. Rob Judson, my dear friend Rob Judson, was on that ball club and on the floor at the time. Score was 55-55. We had the ball, and Eddie Johnson made the famous side shot. It was only about 10-footer. Went in, 2 seconds left, nothing happened. We win, and we beat the number one team in America with Magic Johnson and Michigan State 1979. And, of course, the excitement was unbelievable because we weren't really good at basketball. Lou Henson came to town to take over for Gene Bardo about 1975, and we were kind of a nothing burger. We weren't very good. And we got in a slush fund problem in the 60s, and then Harv Schmidt, former Illini basketball player, was our coach in the early 70s, and it wasn't very good. And then Lou came in, and by 79, we'd beaten the number one team, and, of course, the 80s belonged to the Illini, of course, and there's some history there. But it was really exciting. I remember watching that game. It was very exciting, and Illinois beats the number one team, which, by the way,
57-55.
That team went on to win, the Michigan State team went on to win the national championship over a little-known Indiana State team from Terre Haute, Indiana, with a guy named Larry Bird.
Yes.
Boy, was he good. And he carried the Larry Bird Sycamores all the way to the title game.
That's it.
They were undefeated.
I was just doing a search, and that came up.
I remember everything about that. I mean, Larry Bird was unbelievable, and I believe Indiana State was undefeated all the way down. Again, the schedule they played wasn't like what Michigan State had to play, but they were undefeated, and Larry Bird was unbelievable. I remember hearing about him, never seen him play, and is he going to be any good? Gosh, I don't know. And then he and Magic kind of got the NBA. Back in the 70s, the NBA was nothing. I mean, you watched one game on a Sunday. It was on TV. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, Magic and Larry Bird, and then another kid from North Carolina showed up as the Bulls' third pick, and Michael Jordan. And the whole, I think, is Caitlin Clark Michael Jordan for the game of women's basketball?
Maybe.
Has she transcended everything of that level? I mean, if you've ever watched the WNBA, they're very good. It's a heck of a brand of basketball. Mm-hmm. It really is. I mean, they're very good players. And of course, all the animosity, and she shouldn't be this, and she's overrated, and all these. She's making you more money. Quit being jealous and get over it and enjoy the ride, because people will watch if she's playing and they won't if she's not. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. And you go, well, that's not fair. Well, I don't care. That's how it works. Same with Michael and Magic and Larry Bird. You tended to watch when those spectacular players are playing.
Absolutely.
And people, I think, feel the same way about Caitlin Clark in the women's game. So she's really elevated the exposure, the level of play that people weren't aware of. She makes shots like Steph Curry was. I mean, it's just, anyway, it's exciting. And I remember back in the day, I remember the Indiana Pacers were for sale. It was 1984, and they were for $10 million. Now, be $1 billion.
Yeah.
So maybe the women's game is where you invest. Oh, they're not going to. That's what you thought about the NBA back then. Mm-hmm. So maybe there's actually a new franchise somebody just bought in Toronto, I think. So the women's game is growing. So if you aspire to be a big owner, put it together. The people in this town that could do that for that kind of chump change.
That's right.
$10 million. That's a nothing burger there. Anyway, it's 8:41 ESPN 93.5 winding down this week. We'll be on next week, and then we're going to be off on a little hiatus and take a little breath and come back.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I got a little break, and everybody needs breaks, and it'd be nice to do that, but I'll probably wake up and go right to the wall and start talking. The wall will listen. Because today I was so mad about the News Gazette's front page story on Shad Khan being denied by the Illinois Faculty Senate, University of Illinois Faculty Senate, being denied an honorary degree.
Honorary degree.
It didn't
happen.
Just ridiculous. Wow. So I got to vent a little bit earlier this morning, got a number of texts about that. And it's just, I would abolish the Illinois. I know you have to have a process for honorary degrees. I know. Maybe you pick 12 people, 11 if you want an odd number, and you go, and unfortunately it's political. So you got to pick people from both sides of the aisle to discuss it like adults versus far left progressives that got denied in a big way in this last election. And that's what you have. A lot of faculty are far left progressives, far left people that just don't represent the world and certainly don't represent the United States and the majority of Americans. These are very small factions of people that have extreme positions, and they have a big say in how your child learns and whether a man who is probably arguably the most successful man to ever come to the university, certainly financially, I'm sure he is financially, and what he's donated back and what he has done for the university in creative ways of scholarships and the litany of things he's done good for the University of Illinois, and to deny him an honorary degree is embarrassing for me.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, and to their credit, Chancellor Jones, President Killeen agree with me.
Yes.
Now, what are you doing? This guy deserves it 100 times over, and it didn't happen.
But you brought up, of course, when you nominate somebody, I think you would get everybody on board to say this should go through or make your pitch to people to make sure.
I just wouldn't have done it unless I knew it was passed, because it's just...
I mean, you mentioned a proposal of marriage. It's similar to that.
You want to know the answer before you propose. You want to know the answer before you propose, and you want to know if Shad Khan would be cleared of a very liberal Illinois Faculty Senate. As you can guess, the professors are very liberal. They'll never hear about me or this show, and that's fine. They would disagree, and I would disagree with them respectfully. I wouldn't scream and yell at them and force them into my position.
Mm-hmm.
But they just think it's one of the reasons one of the faculty members voted against Shad is because he had a party on his yacht, and I heard he had some politicians that are questionable. I mean, come on. Are you serious?
Right.
Are you jealousy? And they're mad about. They might be mad about Trump. They just very well could be.
Mm-hmm.
Bad mood. 8:44.
I'm Crystal Hogue. I'm with CHM Bible Theater. I want to share some good news about our upcoming event of the Christmas Story. It's a Christmas gala, 5 p.m. on this coming Saturday, December 14th, inside Lincoln Square at CHM Bible Theater. We'll have a live band, eat dinner. We have a couple of guest speakers there, some video presentations about the history of CHM Bible Theater. If you're interested in purchasing tickets, please visit our website at chmbibletheater.org and just click on the Purchase Ticket tab.
Whether it's pro or college, the app to bet football is Circus Sports Illinois. Circus Sports, it's betting the way it should be. Circus Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service. Bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Spreads, props, futures, or in-game, Circus Sports has it. Fund and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com.
Must be 21 or older. For Illinois Problem Gambling Services, please call 1-877-968-7848.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Illinois basketball season is underway. Single game tickets to see your Fighting Illini at State Farm Center are on sale now at fightingillini.com. Great seats are still available. Lock in your tickets for big games against Big Ten opponents before they're gone. Don't miss your chance to see the winningest team in the Big Ten Conference over the last 5 years. Be part of the atmosphere and get tickets at fightingillini.com.
Last time I saw Brett Underwood, I said, it's unbelievable. You're the winningest basketball coach in the Big Ten 5 straight years, and all he did look down and said, I want 6.
Mm-hmm.
I want 6.
Just a little more, please.
No, he's just trying to be good and get better, and we'll see what happens. Okay, sports headlines.
Well, we had a number one team coming to our house tomorrow at the State Farm Center for Stripe the State Farm Center. If you're in the odd section, wear orange. Even sections wear blue. We're taking on number one Tennessee at 4:30 tomorrow. So what a game. Just talking off mic about Tolono Fun Day, organizing our holiday happenings out and about. And He said there might be some competition
Well, I mean,
with this game.
some people.
so-
Hey, you'll be an unbelievable amount of people to be driving around North Prospect not aware we have a game.
You're right.
There's plenty of people that are out and around. There's only going to be 16,000 at State Farm, and there's 150 to 200,000 people in the region. So there'll be a lot of people tuned in, at least wanting to know. But sometimes I think, everybody's going to no, they're not all going to the game.
Right.
If you are a basketball fan, you're interested in this one because of the uniqueness of number one team coming in.
Our tree lighting at the Masonic Lodge at 6:30, just to kind of wrap up that Tolono festivities.
Well, all you do for the village of Tolono is huge, Diane Ducey.
Thank you.
Well done.
Appreciate
well done.
that.
Yeah.
Illinois women over Bradley. That was 70-52. And next up will be Sunday when we face Southern Illinois at 1 o'clock. NFL had the Rams over San Francisco 12-6. 4 field goals for the LA Rams to win. We had the New York Islanders over the Blackhawks 5-4. San Jose Sharks beat the St. Louis Blues 4-3. When it comes to Sunday NFL action, you'll have Green Bay at Seattle for the 7:20 game. Monday is when the Bears will be in Minnesota at 7 o'clock.
Oh, boy.
So we'll have to get that on Q96.
Yeah, they'll be there in Q96. Boy, that's a tough opponent, though.
Indy's at Denver for a 3:25 game. The noon game is the one you'll be checking out with Washington at New Orleans. You've given up?
I mean, it's...
Okay.
Need a new coach. Need a new quarterback. He's hurt for the year. So, yeah.
You have Illini Nation still looking into, are you going to Orlando or not? That's a big topic at a lot of holiday parties on New Year's Eve at 2 o'clock for the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl against South Carolina. Go Illini.
No, go Illini. We're big underdogs, 10.5-point underdogs that play the tough and mighty. And I don't know. I hear all kinds of buzz about Luke Altmaier. Will he be our quarterback next year? That depends. If he gets a whole lot of money, he'll probably take it. And who can blame him? You're not talking about $10,000. You're talking about $1 million plus. That is a whole bunch of money. Illinois is, I think, at least not in the top 8 of the Big Ten in NIL money. We got to do a little more fundraising. Man, I thought Illinois would be pretty good at that with the biggest alumni base. But anyway, so we got to raise more money if you're going to stay competitive. Isn't that something? Well, we should have salary caps. I'm against salary caps because then the others will just cheat like they used to. This is totally an equal footing. It's just, do you like? I mean, the numbers are growing. 5 to 10 million for a quarterback in play college football.
Mm-hmm.
The top guy's like 7 million. He's got acne. He just went to homecoming with his girlfriend.
Unbelievable.
He's in high school. Boy, there's a lot of entourages being formed. I can help you with that money. I can help you with that money. Yeah, kid, listen to me. There's a lot of that going on.
Wow.
85% chance of rain tomorrow. Greg Solier with our weather forecast coming up.
Got a plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, or sewer problem? Look no further than Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Locally owned and trusted, Fred's team of professionals is ready to tackle projects both big and small. Why waste time and money on complicated DIY fixes? Fred's experienced team will get the job done right, saving you time, stress, and cash. And when it comes to sewer problems, make sure you call Fred's for a second opinion you can trust. At Fred's, they do it all. No project too big, no project too small. They do insulation, repairs, replacement, and maintenance, and they now offer service agreements. For reliable service, professional expertise, and solutions that work, call Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric today, 217-586-3863, or go to fredscu.com. You can always trust Fred's.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity as expected. Some snowfall across the area yesterday. In some spots picking up to a little shy of 3 inches, kind of centered either side of that I-72, I-74 corridor. Well, back to the west, cold air locked into position as is the case here. Milder air already working up from the southern plains, and rain is in the forecast around here. Several waves with a big warm up in temperatures through early next week. So not so cold today, partly sunny up around 30 with a light east wind. watch for a few lingering slick spots in those less traveled areas from yesterday's light snowfall. Not so cold tonight, 24. Tomorrow, breezy, not as cold, mainly cloudy, rain by afternoon. High to about 44. Rounds of steady rainfall tomorrow night, not so cold, down to about 42. That's been up to 52 on Sunday. A bit of rain and drizzle in the morning, a partly sunny afternoon. Showers and 56 on Monday, maybe even a thunderstorm south of Champaign. Cooler at 42 with a partly sunny Tuesday. More rain Wednesday with lower 40s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Illinois basketball season is underway. Single game tickets to see your Fighting Illini at State Farm Center are on sale now at fightingillini.com. Great seats are still available. Lock in your tickets for big games against Big Ten opponents before they're gone. Don't miss your chance to see the winningest team in the Big Ten Conference over the last 5 years. Be part of the atmosphere and get tickets at fightingillini.com.
All righty, yeah, we'll report, of course, on that experience, and it will be an experience. It's just very rarely do you have this kind of a set out, a sold-out crowd, students still in town, that's good. Or they're staying. If they're done with finals, they're going to stay for this one. Orange Crush will be popping around, jumping up and down. It's going to be one of those games, I'm telling you, they happen once a decade. This will be our third one, I think, in this century. Mm-hmm. So the number one team, first of all, to be number one coming in is lucky because somebody had to lose, you had to win, and then they had to. Things have to happen. The number 1 and 2 teams lost, so Tennessee vaulted to number 1 and held their position. So anyway, cool, and they're going to be tough, and we're 6.5-point underdogs, by the way. So we'll see if our guys can pull an upset. Okay, that's it. We will check in with you next week, Diane Ducey.
Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you. You as well. And we shall talk to you, God willing, Monday, and the boys on this afternoon. Lonte, Derek Piper with Kyle Tosk, setting up the Tennessee game with all kinds of stuff from Brad Underwood. So we'll look forward to that. That's later today after 3 o'clock. All right, I'm Stevie J. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed and safe weekend.
In 1925, a small plumbing company began its journey in Urbana, Illinois. Over the decades, the business grew thanks to hard work and great people. In 1966, things changed when Dave Reichard, a veteran, met veteran Ken Asklin, who was an architectural engineering grad from Illinois. The two realized their shared vision for excellence. Their partnership took root, and in 1975, the name changed to A&R Mechanical. With Dave as president and Ken as vice president, A&R Mechanical expanded services, becoming the go-to full-service contractor for all of Central Illinois. A&R went from a plumbing-only contractor to a full-service mechanical contractor with their own sheet metal shop. Today, A&R is a plumbing, heating, ventilation service company with the same excellence in customer service as they provided nearly 100 years ago. Design, build, and maintain. That's what served A&R Mechanical for nearly 100 years. Find them at Lincoln and Kettering in Urbana or online at ar-mech.com.
You've heard about the doggy bag, right? From Bulldog Disposal Muhammad, a 6 cubic yard canvas bag that can be used for easy cleanup instead of a big dumpster. The one-time use bag is now available and you can save the delivery charge. Get the doggy bag at Do It Best Hardware in Champaign at 107 West Springfield. So fill up the bag, call Bulldog Disposal, have it disposed of, and you'll be organized. Go to bulldoggybag.com for all the details. That's bulldoggybag.com.
On the first Christmas, baby Jesus was born in a stable because God loves each of us. This Christmas, how can we show God we love Him too? Jesus said we can show our love for God by loving our neighbor. Let's make God happy this Christmas.
This is Jim Manley. Throughout this year that's been tough for so many, Empty Tomb Inc. has worked with church people to show their love for God through practical works done in Jesus' name. Clothes, food, furniture, and financial help are shared at our local neighbors' points of need. In addition, Research and Mission Match encourage churches to help our neighbors globally too. Your gift to Empty Tomb now will help people in our local area at their points of need all through the new year. Please send your check to Empty Tomb in Champaign, Illinois, or go to emptytomb.org to donate. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, baby Jesus.
And Merry Christmas to you too.
Are you looking for a career, not just a job? Paul's is looking for experienced fabricators and millwrights to join their team on both the first and second shifts. Paul's offers above average pay, 2 weeks paid vacation, get a company bonus, health, vision, and dental, their 401k with a match, plus tuition reimbursement. Experience what being part of Paul's family feels like when being inspired by the positive culture. Let Paul's create big possibilities for your career and life. Equal opportunity employer. Apply online. paulsmachine.com.
If you're in the market for a new car battery, you could go to one of those big box stores, except there's no guarantee you'll be served by an actual car expert.
Clean up in aisle 3.
You could pick a battery off the shelf, except it might be close to expiring. Or you could just come into Interstate. Don't make a big box store blunder. With competitive prices and a more personal, reliable approach, Interstate Batteries is the clear-cut choice if you want to guarantee yourself a new and trustworthy car battery. They're open and ready to serve you at 2504 North Mattis Avenue in Champaign.
Hi, Randy Graham here with Curtis Orchard. Thank you for giving us People's Choice Awards, including Best Pies and Bakery. Speaking of pies and bakery, it's time to place your holiday orders. We sell so much this time of year that we need your order now so that we don't run out. Donuts, fritters, pumpkin bars, and pies, they all make the holidays special. Not sure of your plans? Buy frozen pies to bake as needed. Order online at curtisorchard.com or call 217-359-5565. See you soon.
Jets is hiring. Call 217-352-9992 or stop into 1907 West Springfield Avenue near Round Barn in Champaign. Jets is open till 10 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays till midnight. Are you looking for a side hustle? Here's Josh from Jets talking about the benefits of doing deliveries.
When I was a delivery driver, it was amazing how much the actual amount of money I had just shot right up. It's hard to describe. You have money in your pocket every single day.
For details on joining the team, visit jetspizza.com.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
You're listening to WXJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign, Urbana, your home for the